What's up, everybody? So in this tutorial we're going to be talking a little bit about After Effects and Twixtor and null lights. And as you can see, I'm rendering the clips that we use in the tutorial. And let me just say that I know that a lot of you might not already have Twixtor and Null Light Factory, but I'm not advocating nor condoning you going and searching on YouTube, insert product name, free download. Again, I can't tell you to do that, but I'm not saying you can't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the next 10 seconds to go ahead and search that, because I know you want to, so you can kind of edit along with us. So hope you guys enjoy this following tutorial, and thank you guys. You guys done? You guys get it? You guys ready? Alright, let's jump into this. So, yesterday I had uploaded that video talking a little bit about if you guys wanted a Twixtor tutorial, and it seems like you guys do. And so, today, thanks to the new YouTube time limit, I think we're going to be able to cover a couple different things you can do in After Effects. I'm trying not to make this just a pure Twixtor tutorial. I'm trying to also add in a couple other things, but that being said, let's get this underway. So we're going to double click in the project files, and we're going to go ahead and import whatever clips you want. I need to actually find the clips that I want. Alright, so we're going to start off with this FAL clip. I'm taking on high rise, and you can either drag it straight down into the timeline or drag it down into this little film. Looks like a film, little film picture, I guess, if you want to call it. And that fits everything in the it's like creating a new comp, except everything in the composition is tailor-made to fit the clip, in this case, the frame rate, the size, everything like that. Excuse me. So now you're left with this. And now there's a couple things we can do with this. We can either leave this as is, or we can add on to this and make it look, a little bit better than, some default PBR clip, because PBRs kind of give it a washed out type look. That's how I view it as. So we're going to go up here to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer. The shortcut is Control-Alt-Y. Okay, now we have this adjustment layer open. Alright. Now within this layer, we're going to go up here to Effects, Color Correction, Curves. Now in this you can mess with the darkness and the lightness, also different types of color saturation. I'm just kind of messing with them at random. So to be quite honest, I'm kind of afraid to see what I'm going to end up with. That looks terrible, but that's not the point. Let me go ahead and reset this. I have a preset. I have a couple of presets. Here's one. This one looks pretty cool, and I have this one. It's almost the same if you look at it. This one is a little darker, and it kind of just highlights this map a little bit better. This color correction was made for this map. I haven't put it on any other clip, but we can go ahead and try that a little bit later on. So that's this. So go ahead, and now you can create a new adjustment layer. Go up here to Effects, Null Light Factory, Light Factory Easy. Okay, now we're going to go and pick something we'd like. I actually already had one picked out, like this. Go ahead and set this to wherever you want it to be. Let me actually make this nice and big, that's what she said, but I just want to really highlight all this stuff. So let's kind of move this to a realistic point, which is about there. Okay, so now we have our adjustment layer. You can see it darkens it dramatically, kind of adds a green tint to it, and our light. And the light itself doesn't add too much. It adds a little bit of brightness, but that's about it. And, we don't really need anything dramatic. Alright, so now on the root file, or whatever effect, or no, or and down here on the root video, which is a video that we are going to go ahead and be editing, you're going to want to click on that, go up to Effects, RE Vision Plugins, and Twixtor Pro 4.5. Now, we can kind of play around with some of the stuff in here. But for the purpose of this, we're just going to kind of go nice and do a kind of overview, and if you guys want, I can come back later on and do a kind of more in-depth look at Twixtor. But this is just for montage editors who maybe are not quite familiar with After Effects. It actually took me quite a while of playing around with After Effects for me to finally, figure out what the hell I was doing. But in any event, so match the input frame rate to whatever your clip is. I'm just going to leave mine at 29.97. If you're using a PVR with optimal settings, you're going to want to set this to about 59.94. I find has the best, but this is a clip from before I messed with my PVR settings, so I'm going to leave it at the default. And that's pretty much all you really need to mess with right here. So you're going to want to come down here and go through the drop down boxes. Oh, before we begin, go ahead and click this, the little thing that looks like a staircase. So it turns from a line to a staircase. That's to enable pixel blending. You don't have to do that, but sometimes if your clip isn't high quality, it'll either get really jumpy, but if you enable the pixel blending, sometimes you can get away with it looking pretty good. So go ahead and continue to click through the drop down boxes, Effects, Twixtor, and then come down here to Output Control, and let's give ourselves nice and plenty of space here. Okay, so first things first, we're mainly going to be playing with the speed. So go ahead and click the stopwatch, inputting the first keyframe, and let's go through. And I don't know. We'll actually leave it all full speed up until I'd say this reload. I want to play around with the reload. Alright. So right here, we're going to go ahead and click this little diamond, which adds a new keyframe. And then let's drag it out. So everything to about there. So we're gonna go ahead and I'd say 1 or 2 frames after that keyframe, input the new speed. I'm going to do, let's slow down 40. See how that looks. Alright, so about here, I'm going to go ahead and click the diamond. Then we'll go a frame after. Let's increase this back to 100, which will complete the reload. Now, sometimes you'll end up with something like this, where it's good, and then holy shit, what happened? The clip doesn't finish. Well, there's a couple of ways you can go about doing this. One of them includes rendering this and adding on to the end, which if the way I'm going to show you doesn't work, that is going to be the best bet. Just render this entire clip out without Twixtor, and then right about here where it gets back to 100%, just edit in the clip, and that'll look just fine. Anyways, so you're going to want to go up here to Layer, Time, Enable Time Remapping. And for the most part, this should, pretty much help with anything. I should move this over a little bit. So what the time remapping does is basically enables you to kind of move this keyframe around a little bit and set the point. As you can see, the time remap different frames. I believe that, yeah, it's in frames. And so you're going to want to set it and move it around. Just kind of play with it to where it completes your clip. As you can see, it doesn't mess too much with Twixtor. Twixtor still pretty much functions the way it's supposed to. And this is just kind of doing a RAM preview. So let's click RAM preview. Oops, it was playing the RAM preview. So let's watch this RAM preview really quickly. And as you can see, besides it being a little slow because of the RAM preview, it's about the effect that we're looking for, and this is the effect that a lot of montages nowadays have. Ever since After Effects became like the go-to, program for montage editing. So let's just make sure this looks the way we want it to. Alright, the RAM preview is done, so now we get to watch it at full speed. Alright, so as you can see, 40 doesn't slow it down too much. You can go back and play with that again. If you want to go into like advanced settings, I can show you how to make this thing go to like ungodly slow, but that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and go to composition, add to render queue, and we'll leave that there for now. So we're going to go up here to projects, double click again, and I believe we still have some time left, so I'm going to go ahead and show you another clip. Let's go ahead and drag this back down into here.